Hi, thanks for tuning in, and we are back on In Realty. Okay, for the 4 consecutive weeks before, we've been talking about buying property, all you need to know on mortgage and loans and everything you need to know. Now, this week, we're going to talk about selling property, also the basics on selling property, on what you need to know. And with me today is James Ong. He's the director of Fortis FP Consultancy. Thank you again, James, for being with us.
Hi, Lina.
Okay, how are you this week?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Okay, so we are going to talk about start on selling property, yeah?
Okay.
So for the very basics, how do one start selling their property if they want to sell their property?
Okay. Selling property, some people want to do on your own.
Okay.
So you can do it on your own. Means what you do is you put a banner into your property, or you decide to check around, then you place an advertisement, or you tell your friends, your mother or neighbors that you want to sell the property.
Word of mouth, yeah?
Yeah, so it's basically on your own.
Okay.
On the other hand, some properties you need professionals to handle.
Okay.
So what you do is you engage a real estate professional. You call an agency. Agency will know what to do because certain specific properties have special niche in the market. How to sell it, how to present it. So sometimes you need to hire a professional and pay them for the services in order for you to sell the property.
And when should one seek for a real estate agent to sell their property?
There are a lot of people who believes that certain professions they need to make the money.
Okay.
In other words, you hire people because professional can do it for you. If you do it on your own, sometimes you may not be capable.
Okay.
And in most cases, when you do it on your own, you have to commit the time. And you may not know how to handle people who are prospects. So when you hire something professional actually knows what they can do for you. You can ask them actually, will they be able to do it? They'll be able to advise you. So this is the time when you want to get the best out of your property, you hire a real estate professional.
And how do I seek for a credible real estate professional?
Okay, you have to do some homework.
Okay.
Everybody has to do some homework. Sometimes your friends say, you know, I've sold some properties before by this ABC real estate. So sometimes it's a reference. Somebody who have a good experience have told you, okay, why not? So they give you a referral. Or you can actually go to the internet or you check out some companies. Then what you do is you make a few phone calls. So one of those few things you need to know is that you must get a company that are able to be in sync with you. They're able to communicate with them. So language-wise, whatever. So you make sure this agency are able to do the things that you want them to do. So first you have to tell them roughly where's your property, then ask them to be honest with you, see whether they can actually represent you or not.
Okay, and then there would be the cost. So is it expensive to hire a real estate agent?
If you look at a good real estate agent, they will maximize to get you a good sale. So I believe in this profession, real estate agencies, if they do a good job, they will be able to actually earn a commission. So the commission starts from 2% onwards and based on the sales value. So you have to pay the real estate agent and it will only be collected the commission if the property is transacted. So there's a fee.
Yeah, that would be the cost for the real estate professional.
The real estate agent will actually charge you the commission after they have transacted or managed to sell the property on your behalf.
Okay, and what are the other costs when we talk about selling your property?
If you're just going to do it on yourself, then of course you have to advertise in the newspaper, you have to do banners, you have to do all those things. That will be your own personal cost. But if you hire a real estate agency or professional, you only pay them the commission. But they have to undertake the marketing work. Means they have to actually, after you ask them how they want to market it, they will basically have to put some effort into it. Because this is their business. Their business is to represent owners and find them a suitor, means a buyer. So they will have to maybe advertise or they spread the word of mouth to all the colleagues in the industry to get their buyer. So they have to invest in this. So no such thing as free ride. So in order for them to make the money, they actually have to invest in what they do best, which is the connection, advertising, get suitors to basically do a transaction and sell the property.
And then there's this thing called timeline, okay? Would it be faster for us to sell our house on our own, or would it be much more convenient or faster when we hire a real estate agent?
There are certain beliefs, there are certain people who says, I can sell my property easily. That is correct in certain ways. Some properties are not many in a big range, so it comes around, they are already ready buyer. But if you do on your own, you also have to be aware there's certain stress, privacy, safety. So in other words, you have to be aware. People come and visit you, all those things you must be aware. You know, they come, then you have to make sure that you have to take care of your safety. That is on the personal side. But if you hire a real estate agent or agency, these professional people, they know what to do. They'll be able to advise you what are things to do. So in other words, by paying them, they'll do a good job. And you have to make sure you tell them, okay, this is what I want. I want to sell this within this time, this is the fair value, whatever it is, you tell them, you give them a timeline. So in other words, one of the things you must always tell the real estate agent or professional is that I want this is the price I'm asking for, and this is the amount period I'm going to give you. You tell me what you're going to do for me, and I intend to sell within this period. Can you do it? If you can, I will go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the timeline you actually give it to them. So they don't take their own sweet time, you know. If not, they will not be doing anything. They may not be able to sell the property. And if the property is not sold after a certain timeline, the price do adjust itself. Of course, if it goes up, it's to a benefit. But sometimes certain property, the price will go down at any time based on market demand.
All right. And then just like buying a house, it could be, selling a property could be a tricky business as well. So what would you reckon the most common mistakes that one always does when it comes to selling a property?
Selling property is actually, some people that have experience, they basically will be able to do a better job. But selling a property is that you have to be realistic.
Okay.
So sometimes people price the property wrongly. It's very simple. You go somewhere, you see somebody selling some things in a bazaar. If the price is too far out, you won't even want to stop and ask. So a lot of people, what they do is they ask too high a price, which is what we call not realistic price. Of course, if you ask a price which is too low, also not good.
Yeah.
If you sell easily, you shortchange yourself. So these are the things basically people have to be aware that these are the things they should do and not do, which is to make sure the market price is more or less within a range where people they'll be able to have prospects to call in. This is the price part of it.
Okay, so we've been talking about market value and market price, but we are not going to do that this week because we are in short of time. So we are going to meet up with James again next week. We're going to talk about property evaluation and its value. So see you again next week on In Realty. Thank you, James.
See you. Thank you.